I want to stay on hockey for a hot second. I want to talk about the thing I wrote about it, if that's okay. Okay, perfect. He's nodding his head.
Yes, go ahead.
The 3-hour commercial I watched for Ohio State athletics, furnished by the NHL this weekend. That is, I don't know who I'm arguing with, and this is kind of why the column got a little weird. But like, that is exactly why they are renovating Beaver Stadium. Like Pat Kraft isn't going to say no to this. There's too much money on the line. Everybody and their brother is interested in this. Everybody knows what the possibility could be. That yes, the NHL could and probably would break the attendance record even at Beaver Stadium, even if when they shrink down capacity. It was 105 something for that game at the Big House, which I still think is maybe I think Michigan and Michigan State's the one war on ice actually was like more attended. I think I have to look that up and double check that. But I think what helped me get to this realization, former Stuff Summer Says with Steve Guest, Emily Kaplan's article on really the possibilities. I think for a lot of different reasons, it works better as a stadium series. It does. I don't think that the Winter Classic is in play anymore. I don't think you're ever going to see the Winter Classic at a college football stadium ever again because of the college football playoff. And I just think I think it's too big of an opportunity for the NHL to not go for it. That's really it was a Ohio State sporting event that the Columbus Blue Jackets and the Detroit Red Wings happened to play in.
Yeah, and I think Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, right? Flyers and Penguins in Beaver Stadium, people have been talking about for a quarter century. It feels like, and I mean, it just has. Too bad we had this story. Don't have the story to tell us when the conversations first started. Joe Batista could probably tell us when they first started, when the ideas first started coming up. And yes, these are the kind of things you're retrofitting the stadium for. These are the kind of things you're preferring to have an event for and do. And I think the Red Wings game, I don't know about the college game, the Red Wings game had 105 something, right? So you'd be in that ballpark easy, probably exceed that one and the Ohio State one, depending on what they do with seeding. So yeah, this is in 2028, right? Is when the first it could happen. It's not because fall of 27 is when the stadium is going to be complete. So it'll be early 2028 that it could happen, but never too early to start planning.
No, I think that's where I'm at with it. I will say it was as a Lightning fan, it's taken. Well, so they played in the Nashville game 3 years ago now, and 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I can't remember. But they've been talking about the Raymond James game, for quite a while, and it took kind of as long as the timeline we're proposing out there. I just think there's too many. The NHL, back when this was a first conversation, back when we were talking about doing this, let's go back to 2012 even, when there was a pretty substantial rumor back like 2012, 2013-ish, right around the time that the program was, the men's and women's programs were being born, at least at the Division I level, that this was going to happen. I think the NHL didn't have its roadmap. It hasn't done this. I think it's 46 or 47 times now. And I think they had a game over here in Annapolis, which is not easy. Like, that stadium is not easy to get in and out of. Plus, you've got DC traffic on top of that. The one at Air Force went horrendously bad. It was a disaster in terms of people getting in and out. But I think they've figured that out. The activations for the corporate sponsors and things like that, for when we went to the stadium series in Nashville, they just used one of the parking lots, and I'm sure that they could do something similar to what they do with the street kind of there before a Penn State football game. But then, they've already done some of these smaller in the CFL stadiums up in Canada. So I think it can work. And
it's something they wouldn't have done before, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they'd have done it, but they wouldn't have done it in Pennsylvania at this stadium. There'll be all kinds of ways to frame it. It'll be a great event when it happens.
Yeah, see, that's right. We're telling you it's happening. We can't tell you when because we have no clue when.